Hey guys, this is Josh. What I'm going to do today is help you walk through as a new user for the user interface. So at this stage, you've already watched some of my other videos, got set up on the Qortal core, have your Qortal user interface up and running, and your screen should look just like this when you get logged in. So you'll have nothing showing here for the account level as you're not fully set up to Mint yet. You'll have your account name right here, and you probably shouldn't have any transactions yet inside your current wallet. Now, on the left-hand side, you can see this is your sidebar. You've got things like your wallet. You could send coins, the trade portal, a few other things inside here as well that we'll get into, such as the name registration, how to message, and one other thing within node management for this video today. If you want to have someone send you coin, you can choose which kind of wallet you want to have them send. So if someone's sending you Qrt, you click here. This is going to be your Qrt wallet address. You'll share that with somebody and they can send it directly to that address. If you want to send Bitcoin into your own account, you go into your Bitcoin wallet. And again, you've got a separate Bitcoin wallet address here. And then lastly, for right now, although other coins will be added to this in the future, I'm sure, is our Litecoin wallet. And again, you'll have your Litecoin wallet address right here. Send them on to anyone, or if you got another account, let's say at another exchange where you have Litecoin or Bitcoin, and you want to send them here to transfer them into Qortal, then you could just send them right into these wallets. And then from here, we would go into our trade portal. Now, this usually takes a minute to get loaded with the functionality as it stands right now today. We've just got Qrt and Litecoin. There will be other aspects to the trade portal, but for today, we just have Litecoin and Qrt. So if you do want to buy Qrt, the only way that you can do it at the moment is to transfer Litecoin into your account and then go into the trade portal. And you can see here, there's a bunch of open orders, and it'll tell you how much Qrt is being offered by the seller, what the price is in Litecoin, and then the total Litecoin that it will take. So here we've got 50 Qrt at 0.0033 Litecoin for a total of 0.165 Litecoin. If you had Litecoin in your account, and let's just say you wanted to buy a little bit more, so this is more appealing. I want 500. I know it'll cost me a little bit more, but I'd rather just buy 500 at one go. 50 is not all that much, so let's kick it up a little bit of a notch. I clicked on that. I'm going to scroll down here. And then here you could also sell your Qrt, but you see I've got no Qrt in my balance in this account, and I've got no Litecoin, so there's not much I can really do. But you would hit here and you would hit buy. So if I hit buy, you'll see this little pinwheel spin, and I'm going to get a fail here because I do not have enough balance. If you had balance, you just let that transaction spin for a little bit. It'll take a minute, and then you'll see that transaction pop up in your orders. You'll see it pop up in your trade history. Sometimes it pops up as a duplicate in your trade history while it's processing. I don't worry about that much. I've done dozens of trade orders, selling Qrt, buying Qrt, transferring Litecoin in, transferring Bitcoin in. Everything works perfectly here in the trade platform. But that's essentially how you use it. And again, you could list, if you have Qrt and you want to sell 100, I could specify by per Qrt, or I could specify the total Litecoin. So let's say if I wanted to make my 100 Qrt and I want to sell it for 100 Litecoin. If I type that in here, whoops, I guess I got to do it price per Litecoin. So I would do the price for each Qrt as 1 Litecoin. Now you can see that's substantially above the current market price, but maybe I want to set it there and I just want to forget about it and say, you know what? I'm going to keep that order out there for anybody who wants it, and I'm not going to worry about what the market's doing. That's the price that I feel comfortable selling my Qrt at. You could certainly do that and just leave that open order. There's no harm to that. You can go in anytime and you can go into your open orders and you can always cancel those out. So that would be in the My Orders section, and you would just cancel that order out. Also notice in your orders, there's this 3-dot ellipsis, where if you click into it, it'll show you if your offers are ever stuck for any reason. You can always go in there and you can cancel them out. And if you're saying, hey, I can't find this transaction, it's not appearing, go click that ellipsis right there. That'll help you wash out any of those stuck orders that might be in the system. And that's the trade portal. Number 2, so you've got your name here, and it's kind of a long strand of letters. Maybe you want to get something registered for yourself. You'd want to go into the name registration area and register a name. So here, let's just see what happens, and we'll see. I'll get an error message here in a minute. Yes, I want the name Preceptor. Oh, invalid last reference 0. I don't know what the heck that means. Well, basically what it's telling you is that you don't have enough Qrt to register a name. You need 0.001 Qrt to register a name. Every transaction that occurs on the Qortal blockchain requires some transaction fee. That's 0.001 Qrt. Since I have none, there's nothing I can do. So what will we do next? Well, let's go into messaging here. And we're not going to worry about the chain messaging as that's not available yet. But we're going to what's called QChat. This is a default function that everybody has access to. And in the Qortal general chat, you can click right in here and we should see people chatting away. Now, if you are synchronized to the chain, which is something that you should have done and covered that in my last video for getting set up on the Qortal core. Once you've fully synchronized, then you can come in here, and this is a good way to test your synchronization as well, because you cannot chat unless you're fully synchronized to the blockchain. So let's see here, test. And if that doesn't go through, then I'm not synchronized right now. So let's see what happens. Just give that a minute to process. And that should populate in our Qortal messages. And you can see other people inside here have their names already registered. I do not have a registered name. So when my message goes through here in a minute, that should pop up with, oh, so here we go. Blockchain needs to synchronize first. So at the moment, I'm not currently synchronized, which means that I cannot put forward a message into the blockchain. Once you are fully synchronized, you can go in here, you can ask somebody to say, hey, can I have a little bit of Qrt so I can register my name? And then come back in the name registration section and you're good to go as to whatever name you'd like to name your account. The last thing I'll show you for today is under node management. This is a little helpful trick. So for your node, if you come into here, you've got your peers. These are other people that have set up the Qortal core and are currently running the core just as you are right now. You can see the last block height, and I can tell right away why I'm not fully synchronized because my block height down here says 685. And compared to a number of my peers that seem to be in the mid 700s, I know that I'm not fully synchronized. Now, there's other ways to troubleshoot that, and I'll make other videos for this. But if you do find that you are not being able to get synchronized, there's a couple quick steps that I'll show you. Number one, go to your core, and there's a few ways that you can exit it, but you can right-click on this icon if you're on a Mac or if you're on a Windows computer, and that'll open up, and you can exit your core. And you can see here my block height completely disappeared. All of my peer nodes disappeared as well. Since I'm on a Mac, I'm gonna have to go in and open up my terminal to get my core fired up. If you're on a Windows computer, you could just go to your Qortal folder and open up your Qortal core just by double clicking it. So for me, on a Mac, oops, let's go back here. This will fire up my core. And that'll probably take 10, 20 seconds or so to get fired up. There we go. Looks like our core is coming back up and running. So we'll minimize this. And we'll give that a minute to get set up. And you can see as that starts to repopulate, then we'll start getting some peers back here under node management. Our block height will reappear. And hopefully you'll start to see that your block height increases. If you're falling behind by, let's say, like 100 like I have right now, it might take you a few minutes to get synchronized, no problem at all. But again, that's our first step to diagnose what might be going wrong if we're not synchronized with the blockchain. If you do find that you fall behind by 100, 200, 500, and it doesn't really seem to synchronize, that's when you come back and you maybe go into the Discord community or you go into the Telegram community or check out the wiki pages on Qortal.org to try and troubleshoot and figure out what's going on. Usually it just takes restarting the core, giving it some time. You can see it's repopulated now, and I've got a bunch of peers that are reconnected. And what'll start happening here, you can see in the bottom left, it's starting to resynchronize. So every now and then, if you've run some other processes on your computer, something that's maybe high intensive, sucks a lot of internet capacity, that might interfere with your connectivity to the blockchain if you're trying to do all those things on the same machine. So for today, that's all we've got, navigating our Qortal universe user interface, and then also just a quick troubleshooting on how to identify when you're not synchronized and how to restart your core. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.